Hello everyone and welcome back to Hearts of Iron 3. We are playing as France. We've officially been at war with Germany for around 5 months. It is the 14th of February in the year 1940. Poland is officially gone. The Germans just completely took them over, which means that the entire German army is now probably on our border with just a token force over here. Maybe some down in the south of Germany to take care of the rebellious Yugoslavians and Romanians down here, but we'll see. They've also attempted to take over Denmark, but we managed to get troops over there in time to stop that. Hopefully we can also manage to save Norway and Sweden. Sometimes Germany likes to attack Sweden, but usually they like to attack Norway because of an entirely special province up here, which provides a whole bunch of steel to Germany. But they have an event in-game which basically makes Germany have a whole bunch more steel if they take and hold this port up here, Narvik. Historically, there was a railroad going from this province over here to Narvik, which was the closest naval base to that mine, which did a significant amount of trading with Germany. But that's quite the long route right by Great Britain, and without the high-quality metal up here, Germany wouldn't be able to make a significant amount of their war machinery. So that's why a small war was fought up here over Norway. The British landed troops, and the Norwegians fought rather bravely, actually, against the German troops. Germany used paratroopers and naval landings. It was pretty expensive for Germany in terms of naval engagements, but it was also pretty expensive for the United Kingdom because they basically lost almost every single battle, almost every engagement that they fought with the Germans. They just were completely pushed back. The Norwegian government was eventually forced into exile, and Germany took over most, if not all, of Norway and controlled it until basically the end of the war. But that doesn't concern us right now. Hopefully we can prevent the Germans from ever getting up there if we are good at preventing them from having use of the Øresund. They do still have the Kiel Strait over here, and just basically a river that we dug in between the strait here to let you get from the Baltic over into here. But I don't think we actually have control over that, so they can still get out, which is sort of unfortunate. But it also allows us to get in, which is very good. It means that maybe Britain will decide to do some landings over here along the north coast. But regardless, that is looking too far into the future. We're gonna let the game run just a little bit here. Yeah, they're gonna test our lines. We did just retreat back behind the Maginot Line. Our troops are looking okay now on the border. Looks like most of their organization was regained back, and we redeployed the which corps was it? The 14th Corps over here. We had redeployed it down here and then brought it right back up, and we are using them to hopefully hold Amsterdam. At least keep the Dutch from completely surrendering to Germany, so that we can use some of this terrain as our defensive line when we are eventually able to move in here when Germany attacks the Low Countries. Usually they attack the Netherlands first. Let's speed it up a little bit more. Nothing's really happening right now. Usually they attack the Netherlands first, and then basically just completely wipe the map with them. And then they kind of gather on the border of Belgium. And Belgium can't protect this front. Belgium really only has this one province that's a normal front with Germany. So when they go from having this one province as a front to this whole line as a front, they're really in trouble. Usually they also don't allow us military access unless you really focus on them in terms of your diplomacy screen. But we haven't been doing that. We've been focusing on Romania, and Romania is drifting towards us. Well, they were drifting towards us. Now they're drifting towards the Axis by a little bit, which is unfortunate. I guess Germany noticed what we were doing and decided to spend a little bit of investment there as well. We were also sort of interested in getting Yugoslavia on our side. Unfortunately, that didn't work out too well for us. I just need to find them in this map. Now, there they are. Yeah, they're pretty darn close to the Axis. The fact that they haven't joined the Axis yet, though, is a relatively good thing for us. We're above 70 national unity, which is absolutely fantastic. Yeah, they're still attacking us across the strait here. I don't Yeah, they just keep on breaking it off. I don't know when they'll actually realize that they really don't have a chance. They are bombing us to heck and back with the Air Force that we can't really contest. I suppose let's try a small air superiority mission over just that province. I mean, I truly doubt it'll really accomplish much of anything except getting more of our planes shot down, but hey, you know, we do what we can. They have no chance of getting across here. We're just gaining good experience. We need to actually sub out this general because he's at max experience now. So as soon as this battle ends, we'll sub out the Brideau. He's at max. You're at max. You're not quite at max yet, so we'll sub out the guys who are at max experience. I suppose we should check the rest of our lines too, just to make sure that everyone can still gain experience from the battles that they're in. Okay, you're all good. Yeah, unfortunately, you need to do this if you want to min-max it. Honestly, the bonuses are relatively minor. They're important in the long term because, like, a 10% bonus over the course of the entire game is definitely going to change a whole bunch in a whole bunch of battles. But in one specific individual battle, 10% one way or the other isn't really going to matter in the larger scheme of things. So we're just looking for that little max modifier to show that they can't actually gain any more experience, which sort of makes them... I mean, it doesn't make them useless. Those guys over there were skill level 3, which means they're better than a lot of these guys over here. But it just it means that we aren't getting the full benefit of the existing battles. We might as well redeploy those units elsewhere and let someone who is capable of gaining experience actually gain the experience. This will mean that they will have, those units will have less, you know, these guys haven't even been engaged in battle yet. If one of these guys does have max experience, it's because they started the game with their max experience, and I don't think that's a very high likelihood. This is our Expeditionary Force. Oh, we have 2 corps over here? The 2nd Corps and the 14th Corps. Interesting. Oh, right, because we didn't only take the 14th Corps off of the Maginot Line, we also took their backup infantry corps off the Maginot Line. And apparently we haven't selected a leader for the Expeditionary Army. Okay, well, as soon as this battle is done, I suppose we just should check these guys as well. Yeah, you're all good. As soon as this battle is done, we're going to replace these max skill. I mean, you can still technically gain experience. It's just you're never going to get above skill level 3, which is sort of unfortunate. They're actually really pushing on this one, which is kind of nice. Oh, hello. This is a British unit. They actually gave us a single unit of Marines. Yeah, they gave it to us. We can use it now as our own. That's cool, I guess. Might put you to use. I mean, Marines are nice. Marines are useful. Their planes are bombing us. What are our interceptors doing? Nothing. Why? Intercept. Intercept. What are you doing? I guess we'll increase the range just a little bit. Fine. I don't understand this nonsense. Why weren't you intercepting? Okay. Well, we need to move these skill level 3 guys out. Fortress Buster. Someone with defense would be preferable here. Offensive Doctrine. It looks like a shield. Where's the shield? Oh, that's all of our leaders right there. We just saw them all. Okay, well, let's just select random dudes. This will tank their organization, unfortunately. But now we have 2 skill level 2 leaders that we can put one in charge of the Expeditionary Army. Congratulations on your promotion, sir. And we will take, yeah, your skill level 1. We'll do that. We'll use him somewhere else. You, I suppose, will create a new corps, and we'll name it Brits. It's the Brits Corps. And we'll put a French leader in charge, because why not? And it'll be our skill 3 dude? No? We can't select our skill 3 dude, apparently. Oh, we just used him on something else. Duh. Okay. We'll select Dio. Lieutenant General Dio. And he'll be in charge of the Brits. We'll put them in Kane for now. So yeah, that'll be interesting. I wonder what we'll use that guy for. Yeah, you keep on attacking over there. That's fine. I want to make sure that our interceptors are actually maybe intercepting a little bit. There we go. All right. Maybe you can do some damage against those bombers. It didn't look like they did any damage against the bombers. Oh well. The Italian front is fairly stable right now. We only have one full corps down there. We might be stretching ourselves a little bit thin. The Italians definitely have more troops against that border than we do. Down here, it looks like that's kind of stretched thin for them. We're able to supply these troops just fine, presumably so long as we don't do any actual combat. Units in combat do use more supplies than normal, but hey, I mean, whatever works, right? Whatever floats your boat. I actually forgot to set my timer, so I don't know how long this episode will actually end up going on for, but we'll see. I've been pretty bad about using this timer thing. It's just, I find it easier to watch like 30-minute videos rather than the 45-minute videos that I had been making in the past. It just seems like it's a little bit easier for me. I guess we'll need to watch up here to see if the Brits give us any more troops. It's nice that they actually did give us one unit. I mean, that's 10,000 Brits. Marines and an engineer brigade is interesting, but hey. Oh, we're fighting the German fleet? I mean, this is really tempting. Their ships are all right here. I really want to bomb them into submission. Wow, they just threw away almost 3,000 troops on that fight. That's fine. We'll take it. You go for it. These troops are going to be so experienced. It's going to be fantastic. These will be... Here, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to prioritize them for upgrades. All of them. All of them. Prioritize for upgrade. For upgrades and reinforcements. Yes. Good. These will be the Special Forces Corps. This is the awesome Expeditionary Army. They will be the best trained units in the entire French army, just because of the amount of experience they're gaining in that fight. They have arrayed all of their tanks up against our defenses, which, I mean, is fine. I'd sort of appreciate a bit more of a back line. I do not think that the majority of the fighting will be taking place here, though. I sort of feel like this is just sitting here. We're gaining more tech, which is always nice. We desperately need agriculture, I think. Rather desperately. We are increasing our officer ratio, which is nice. I mean, we're going on speed 4 because I really don't want to go any quicker than that. Otherwise, our Air Force will be, yeah, like this. Just completely destroyed by the Germans. I mean, these guys can still keep flying for a bit and get their organization back up. Just make them pay for their control of the skies. Make them have to think about a little bit of something. They can't just fly willy-nilly over our airspace. They need to beat our Air Force first. And I mean, they will. They will beat our Air Force. But they still need to. Like, they need to try a little bit. Can't just give it to them. But while we're not doing any combat, and while the Germans are throwing their men away on fruitless straight crossing attempts, look at all these troops here that are just doing nothing. It's awesome. While they're doing that, we're just gaining manpower back, which is absolutely fantastic. I will not complain about that at all. Our radar stations are good. They're good. We just need to, build them quicker, in my opinion. It needs to happen quicker. And we really need to watch the Netherlands. I want to offer them an alliance, but their whole neutrality nonsense means that they aren't going to join the Allies until it's basically time for Germany to take them over completely. I do want to protect Norway, though. So as soon as we see that Norway is at war with Germany, we might actually get a pop-up about that. We might be able to land some troops up here. I'd prefer if our Navy handled it, really. I'd prefer if we had our main battle fleet. Oh, you're pretty hurt, dude. You're pretty hurt. I'd prefer if we had, like, our main battle fleet or something take care of any Germans that we found over there. Let's redeploy you to over here, and we'll bring you back to Cherbourg to repair a little bit. I want these units to be tip-top shape, just in case we need to protect the Norwegian coastline from German amphibious invasions, which is a distinct possibility. It may happen. Who knows? Coal donations in New Zealand. How are our submarines doing? We have one up here. Enemies sinking our convoys, which is not nice of them at all. Oh, we had to send one home because he was a little bit too damaged. Let's bring him back out. Nice big old coverage out there. He's just one submarine, unfortunately. We can send you guys out there as well. Just a little bit to the right to get this full big old coverage. I'm assuming that Great Britain is covering the English Channel down here. I mean, maybe that's a stupid assumption to make, but it really doesn't seem like Britain is doing much of anything. Thanks for the men. Thanks for the one division, but whatever. They are Marines, though, so we can put them somewhere where we'll use them. I think I just saw... Yeah, you're not doing too hot. Let's nix the air intercept order. Give them control of the skies again, unfortunately, but there's not really too much we can do about it. I'm going to go up to speed 5. It's a little bit dangerous, because things start to happen really quick on speed 5, and you might miss your opportunity to take advantage of units momentarily out of position, for instance. They're stacking a whole bunch of troops over here on the Maginot Line, but they still haven't got the gumption to actually attack us. Hey! Yes, we'll add you to this this little interceptor wing down here. We have 3 more interceptors being built. Let's build 1 more interceptor, and then we'll start maybe naval bombers, maybe tactical bombers. I'm not sure. We're not doing much in the way of upgrading them is the problem. I mean, we do have all of these queued up, but it's just we only have 9 research points invested right now because it's so desperately important that we get our officer ratio up to 140%. Like, right now our troops are fighting at 117% organization, but there's a possibility of getting up to 140, and you can see every day that goes by our organization numbers tick up just a little bit more. Just a little bit more, and every single day that happens is a good thing for us. Like right now we're at 54.96, now we're at 55.0, 55.05, it's just 55.105, and I know it doesn't seem like much, but that difference there is really, really significant. Germany just did the fate of France decision. Basically, it's a way for the game to model the fall of France and the subsequent formation of Vichy France, which was based out of the province of Vichy. No, it's where the capital was. Here, right here. This crappy little province down here. Nowhere as good as Paris. Paris is just an awesome province. Vichy? No, not so much. It gives the Germans a custom war goal against us. I'm not sure if we can see it. War goals targeted by the fall of France. The north coast of France will make an excellent base to strike against the United Kingdom, while a tame French government can take care of the south. Yeah, if they didn't have that casus belli, they wouldn't be able to enforce the unique decision that creates a French sub-state down here, while giving Germany just the coast of France. Hopefully, it will not come to that. Hopefully, honestly, you guys will never see that. At least not while I'm playing France. Maybe if I decide to play Germany or something like that, you guys will be able to see it. But we're wasting our resources on assault weapons, and we need to start doing our infantry divisions again. We need to start upgrading that. It's actually rather important that we do that, but we don't really have a wealth of research at this point. And we are fighting the German fleet again. I mean, we destroyed another destroyer group, which is nice. We almost lost one of our own, so we'll split off our Pluton light cruiser and the 10th flotilla of destroyers, and we'll send them back to Cherbourg to repair. How's our main battle fleet doing? You're getting along. Repairing at a decently quick rate, actually. Should be able to use you again fairly soon. Grand battle plan has been researched, which is fantastic. Combat reinforcement chance goes up. Wonderful. Now all we need is this human wave unit cooperation, which is also awesome. It's just it says right here, less of a penalty for having many divisions in the same province. We probably won't need that, but it can get pretty tight along this line here. We really don't need to worry about anything except this line, which is why we have so few units along this Maginot line, and 2 full army groups just stacked along our front with Belgium. Like, if I was the government of Belgium and I didn't know better, I'd say that we were about to invade them, and honestly, we kind of are, but on their side, hopefully. So yeah, it's nice that we destroyed another German destroyer. I'm not sure how much it will actually matter to the overall scheme of things, but if we can keep doing that, keep whittling the German fleet down, then there's even less of a chance that they'll be able to do a invasion of Norway. Maybe they won't even try if we destroy enough of their fleet. I would like to destroy their ships, though. Aero engine advance, all of our units are faster, and they get a bit more defense, but their range goes down, which is unfortunate. Really, that just means that we now need to stop researching the airplane engine and start researching the fuel tank, which decreases their defense, unfortunately, not as much as this increases it, but gives them significantly more range. So by researching all of these, you are left with a significantly better airplane all around. But if, say, you just want really, really fast interceptors or really, really powerful interceptors, you could only focus on these things to the detriment of everything else. So you'd have, like, very low range and very low speed, but your airplanes would be very powerful when they actually do get into combat. I like a balanced approach, honestly, but that's just me. You need to find your own little strategy when it comes to beating the Germans as France. It's really, really kind of interesting how this works. Okay, their counter-espionage is only 6, and we have 3 extra spies. Let's start fighting them here. Your counter-espionage is 4. We did a really good job of supporting your democratic parties. Let's throw our spies away down here in Yugoslavia. They're going to kill a lot of our spies with their counter-espionage. Hopefully we can kill a lot of German spies in this little engagement here, but maybe not. Sunk another German transport. And Canada is being Canada. Great Britain still hasn't given us any new troops, which is unfortunate. But the German counter-espionage is going down. They may sink more points into their spies, possibly. Bridging equipment is awesome, but let's continue researching our infantry weapons. I think that's a little bit more important. There's that small fuel tank. We just lost some defense on our light aircraft, but we gained a significant amount of range, which I think is worth it. And combined with this aero engine thing over here, I definitely think it's worth it. Soon we'll get the engine airframe, which gives us much more defense, and the aircraft armament, which gives us much more air attack. So all around, better airplanes is a good thing. I still don't think we'll be able to actually stand up to the Luftwaffe, the flying waffles. But hey, whatever works, you know. Let's re-up our little air intercept over here. Give them a little bit more of a fight, since our interceptors are ready to go. You're over here. Do I have any more? I've got you, and I have a few tactical bombers, which I haven't really been using for much of anything. Are we being bombed anywhere over here? No, we're not. Okay, so the German Air Force is basically ignoring us, it seems. And we haven't been attacked up in Faaborg in a decent amount of time, too. Maybe they've given up here. That'd be fine with me. Self-propelled artillery is okay. You know, sometimes I come back to these games and I wonder what I was thinking. Like, really self-propelled artillery? Are we really going to be building that many tanks that we need to have researched self-propelled artillery? Like, we could have used that somewhere else. We could have used that researching anti-tank barrel and sights, or anti-tank ammunition and muzzles. Like, all of these give better hard attack, better piercing attack, better hard attack, better piercing attack for our anti-tank weapons. Those are necessary when you're facing an armored corps. Hey, look, we actually won. We didn't get taken over by a fascist government. That's nice. It's really kind of secondary, though, at this point. Single-engine airframe advance is always nice. But yeah, like I was saying, sometimes I make stupid decisions in my in previous playthroughs, and previous episodes even, why did we research self-propelled artillery? We're probably never going to build them. As unfortunate as that sounds. Like, down here, we have a tank destroyer on here. I don't think we'll ever need anything else. Our armored cars would be nice to get rid of, but are we really going to spend the manpower? We only have 76 manpower. Are we really going to spend the manpower and the industrial capacity to build self-propelled artillery for our armored units? I think we need to fight this war with the army we have, rather than the army that we wish we had. And there's better single-engine aircraft, which is nice, Now, advanced aircraft design is useful basically only because you can then put radar on your airplanes, which gives them better night attack and better air detection. I mean, it's nice. You can also eventually move to building better airplanes. It's really not necessary at this point. We decided against building multi-role fighters, which might be a bad decision. But at this point, I think we're going to focus on the the light bomb development, which gives us better soft attack and hard attack for our interceptors, but also, more importantly, for our carrier air groups. That's very important. They're going to be used for all sorts of different things. We also need our naval bombers to be a little bit better. I mean, we haven't actually built any of them yet, but this also increases our carrier air group sea attack and sub attack, making them basically better at just about everything. And we do only have one carrier down here. It's the Baron, and we only have these two carrier air groups down here, which really aren't doing anything at this point. Might want to fix that. But, I mean, we tried last time and we just got demolished in the air. Oh, there's the attack on Freiburg again. Whole bunch of stuff happened. None of it really important. But we got a new interceptor, which is actually very important. We deployed it down here in Metz, and hopefully maybe 2 force stacks of interceptors will actually be able to stand up to the Germans. I'm not entirely certain. But we do have 3 more interceptors being built. Oh, only 2 more now, because one of them just finished. And deploy you to Metz as well. Okay, so now you are a 4-stack. We have a 4-stack up there, and we're building 2 more. It might be in our best interests to build another 2, just so that we have complete control over the skies, but even so, I don't think we will ever have complete control over the skies. Like, these guys are just doing... They're not upgraded yet. Just because we researched the darn stuff doesn't mean that they're upgraded. You can see the percentage points ticking up there. So maybe when we have those upgrades, we'll actually be able to put up a fight. Okay, one of our medium armored brigades just finished. Do we have an open? No, we don't. Okay, we were going to make another armored corps. We only have 2 right now. We have the 2nd Armored in the 2nd Army, and the 1st Armored in the 1st Army. So I guess I think we're just going to directly attach these guys to the Maginot Army down here. Not exactly the most efficient thing in the world. Great War demonstration in Ireland. That's actually interesting. I want to talk about Ireland in a bit. But yeah, we're going to attach these guys directly to the Maginot Army, just so that we can maybe throw them in. They do have a pretty quick speed, which is nice. But we might be able to just quickly throw them into a battle if they do start to somehow manage to break through our level 10 forts over here on the line. But speaking of Ireland, occasionally Ireland does join the Axis, and we sort of need to look out for that. Right now they're slowly drifting towards the Axis, and it's really kind of bad for Great Britain to be stabbed in the back here, especially if they have a lot of their troops over here in France. Honestly, at this point, it doesn't really matter, because 10,000 Brits one way or the other isn't really going to make a huge difference in the whole course of the war. But we do need to start building something else. We have a bunch of radar stations queued up. We have 1 more medium armored division, 2 more infantry. I said we were going to do a couple naval bombers, and I meant it when I said it. Unfortunately, our practicals suck for medium bombers because we haven't been building them. Our light aircraft practical is actually pretty good. We might just want to keep on churning out light aircraft. And if that's the case, we might actually want to research our multi-roles. What happened up here? Oh, you just weren't showing me them? Okay. I guess I zoomed out far enough that you just weren't going to show me my my troops over there, and that's kind of not cool. I freaked out for a second. Thought they were all somehow just magically gone. Alright, you guys are doing great. How are you guys doing on your leaders? Alright, you can all still continue to gain experience. Total of 38.67% experience. Oh, hello. The USSR claims Bessarabia. Claim it. Done. And Romania is now a member of the Allies. You are at war with Germany and Slovakia. Oh boy! Oh boy. Well, this was interesting. Okay, so I had been using my influence points to influence Romania, and the USSR has a special event that allows them to basically challenge the Romanian government to war over this region here, the Bessarabian region, which includes the province of... it doesn't actually include the province of Odessa. Basically, the river valley in here. In between this river and this river. I don't know what those rivers are called because I am bad at geography in this region of the world. I'm sorry. And if the Romanian Empire, well, the Romanian government decides to capitulate, basically decides to not fight for this region over here, they also get a decision then to look for new friends. Basically, they don't want that to happen again. They don't want to get pushed around by the USSR just because the Soviet Union has such a large name on the map. And they will automatically join whichever faction they're closest to, and I guess they just happen to choose the Axis. Sorry, the Allies. So now we have a little friend down here in the Mediterranean, in Romania, which might be a good thing, except Hungary is a part of the Axis. But this is where the politics get interesting. We're not at war with the Axis powers, right? We're only at war with Germany. Germany hasn't called in Hungary or Italy to this war yet. So, and for that matter, Japan, because Japan is a member of the Axis as well, and is currently not at war with anyone. So, we're perfectly fine down here in Romania. They have a fairly significant army. I mean, it's a little bit weak, but they can definitely cover the border with Hungary. So if Hungary decides to declare on Romania, that might be interesting. We need to start in earnest now, focusing on Yugoslavia. Where were they on the map again? What was their flag? Here's their flag. They are slowly drifting towards the Axis. We need to influence them and get them closer to us. They're the ones with borders between Germany and Italy already annexed Albania down here, so Yugoslavia must really be feeling the heat. Bulgaria is usually a lost cause. But this is going to be interesting. We might need to send some troops down here. Might be stretching ourselves too thin. I don't think we could actually protect Romania. They do have two victory provinces right here. Bucharest and Cluj, I guess? Sure. I'm not Romanian. I'm sorry if I'm butchering these names. What's their unity? 70%. Okay, so this one's worth 2, this one's worth 2, and this one's worth 4. So if we protect these two, that's worth 6 points out of their total of 8. So they wouldn't surrender if we protected just these two cities down here. Oh, and we have the Romanian oil fields now. Oh, we're going to have so much oil. Look at this. Oil refinery. We just got plus 50% oil to fuel conversion. So now each one of these is worth 50% more when it comes to actually using fuel. That is awesome. Specifically, denying Germany or the USSR that is awesome. Okay, so I guess we'll need to see what happens with that. Okay, twin engine anti-aircraft armament is always, well, not always nice. Where are you? Oh, you were down here. That was the air defense for our naval bombers and our tactical bombers. I suppose that's fine. Tell you what, since we're so low on manpower and we've been basically focusing on expanding our air force now, I'm going to do the multi-role, and then we're going to start sinking more stuff into these 1941 techs in our aircraft. Yeah, keep on attacking me in Faaborg. Romania is very isolated, is the only problem. Like, if Hungary were to declare war on them, which I think they have an option to do, yeah, Hungary has cores down here in this region. Romania would expect us to help them against Hungary and Germany at that point, which I don't think is necessarily possible for us to do. Usually because the Brits don't have a front line. Like, if there was a British player right now, because the Brits don't have a front line with the Germans, who would be our main enemy, we would have them come down here and help garrison the Romanian border. No, Romania, you really need to focus. You need to focus on Hungary. Okay, I know the USSR seems threatening to you, but Hungary's much more likely to actually attack you. Much, much, much more likely. How are our spies doing? Not too well. Not well at all, actually. Okay, well, let's cut back on this stuff. I hope we killed a whole bunch of German spies. I'm not sure if we did or not. Maybe we're opening the door for our friends in the United Kingdom to do some nasty business in there. I'm not sure. How are our fleets doing? Where's our backup fleet? Oh, you were getting hammered pretty hard, and you automatically returned to port, which is good. I approve of this. So let's sub you in there, and our main battle fleet is good to go. 6 capitals, 6 screens. That's the best sort. And we'll just have you back on patrol. I'm guessing that the German Air Force is actually attempting to bomb our ships while at sea, which we can't really do too much about. I suppose we could redeploy our aircraft carrier up here for some mobile anti-air defense, but last time that happened, they basically bombed us into submission, so it might not be too good of an idea. Yeah, you need to stop and get repaired, get upgraded a little bit, I think. What are you? Once again, I think we're going to attach you directly to the Maginot Army and move you right here so that you can respond quickly to any threats from beyond the wall. And we have just a little bit more production that we aren't doing anything with. We're trading for these resources. We're trading away raw materials. We're trading for metal. We're trading for energy. So it really doesn't make any sense to expand our industrial base. One option we have is to build a secondary line of defense. It may be way too late to do this, and it's a little bit defeatist. Like, why would we need a secondary line of defense or anything like that? But we have pretty good defenses down here. We have very good defenses along the Maginot Line, but the second it gets to this province, from here on, it's just open. Just completely open. So we could, like, extend the line here. Like, these provinces have some forts. No, I don't think we're going to do that. I don't think we're going to do that. We're just going to continue to invest in our Air Force. We have 2 more interceptors being built. We have 2 naval bombers being built. We are going to start building some more, some multi-role fighters. And I think just more interceptors. If we can blot out the sky with our French interceptors, then what are the Germans going to do? You know, what are they going to do about it? Absolutely nothing. In the meantime, though, they can just continue bombing us willy-nilly, as much as they like. Really, they're doing a whole bunch of damage to us. I guess we should check the max skill again. Okay, no max skill. We're doing all right. Another video with basically absolutely nothing happening. This is the Phoney War, really. Before, it wasn't the Phoney War because we'd actually pushed out here, and we're starting to take land from the Germans. But now we're up against the entire German army, which we're not really capable of taking head-on. But we're going to need to soon, after they attack the lowlands. So we'll see when they decide to do that. It is July of 1940. Winter is officially over, so they no longer have any penalties to attack. But we've prevented them from making any headway, and we actually have a little ally over here in Eastern Europe. Say hello to Romania. This may be the last time we see them whole. Well, thank you much for joining me, everybody, and I'll see you all next time.